One of the most important things related to define phase is the scoping of the project. If that is done in a bad manner, it will cause the failure of the project in the worst case. So when you are setting the scope, this is really something that you have to understand, that many green and black belts in EGLA world, project managers and project directors, do suffer of something called a scope creep, which means that the scope is expanding on the levels that are not doable. So defining the scope ensures that we can really clarify all features and points related to what is needed in the project, what is needed to make the change. That ensures that the project is really achievable and doable. And it will help you to outline the actual duration of the project, the resources needed, where the focus of the project will be, and where the issues might be, just like covered in the project charter. And when we think about the EGLA approach, the Green Lean approach, or EGLA sustainability approach, you also have to think, how does economic sustainability affect? Is there something additional that you have to take into account? How does ecological sustainability affect? Will there be something related to, for example, studying the materials used from ecological point of view? How does social sustainability affect? Do we need to study things that are related to that? And is there something else like circular economy needs? When we remember that in EGLA world, in Greenland world, we have a wider perspective, that will have to be taken into account in this phase. This is a diagram that you can use. As you can see inside, there's in-scope items, which means that those definitely we need to do. Then there's up for discussion, which means that those are areas that we need to discuss with the team and with the sponsor of the project. And we have the out of scope, where we actually list the things that we are not going to include in the project at this phase. Typically, those are listed as a future development targets. So, some areas to consider. Items that you must include in this phase is geography. If there is wide geographic area where you need to work, that will affect your timing and resources. Customers as well. How many customers are going to be involved? Whom it will affect what we do? What processes we're going to cover in the project? Which business units or functions will be included and which will be excluded? What products, what suppliers will include in the project? In this phase, we do exclude things related to cost, duration of different phases, time when it's done, and resources, because those will be planned later. When we think about the tools, there's two major areas that we have to think what to use. First is the management. Tools that are really useful in this phase are CPOC, process mapping, different diagnostic interviews, value stream mapping, VSM, organization charts, and change readiness assessment. We will go them through in more detail at the end of this period. And regarding communication, you will need at least communication matrix, RASI chart, and the analysis of existing communication in the organization. So now After this video, take time and make your own scope diagram for your project. Use that information then to improve your project charter.